What's good? It's your boy 336 Money, and we back at it again with another episode of the 336 podcast. And yes, I am here today to tell you that I am ahead, not up to date. That means I am from the future. Your today is just my yesterday. Spoiler alert, ain't shit changed. Again, you are tuned in to the 336 podcast, which does air on Sundays and Wednesdays, every Sunday and Wednesday. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss an episode. And today, guys, y'all know what we're here to talk about. Y'all know what we got to discuss. What it is a must. The war in Ukraine, it has finally begun. Russia versus Ukraine, it's going down, man. And just for everybody who's not aware, I'm going to go ahead and review and recap. It all happened this week. Around the 24th of February, where Russian forces invaded Ukraine, attacking the airport in Kyiv. And ever since then, all havoc's breaking loose. And we just have to talk about everything that's going on so you guys know, because this is a big war. This has big implications. So we all need to be aware. We all need to pay attention. And we all need to take this very seriously. Now, the significance of this war is it could trigger World War III. And why is that? And a lot of people see that it seems like U.S. is going to war, right? It has triggered a strong response from a lot of different nations and countries as well, because a lot of people feel like what Putin is doing is unjust. It isn't right. And a lot of people want to protect Ukraine. And why is that? The people want to protect Ukraine, and they have these allegiance and alliances to Ukraine because Ukraine is not yet a part of the gang, but they was about to be a part of the gang. And another 10 months, talks have been going on for Ukraine to join the gang. So a lot of people feel like they are an ally already, although due to some restrictions, we might not be able to have the response that we would like in this situation. And we're going to talk about that a little later. While Putin has invaded Ukraine, Ukraine seems to be holding up very well. They are still holding control over some of the cities. Kharkiv was a big city, the second largest city in Ukraine. There was a big battle there to where they were attacked, and it seemed like they may have gained control, but Ukraine's response has been very firm, and there have been multiple reports of them standing firm on the stance that they have control of the city. The city has not been taken. The city has been taken. The Ukrainian president, man, this guy is just what they're calling him a hero, a war hero, man. Glory to the hero, man. The Ukrainian president is out there on the field. He posted a video with the gang, a couple of his advisors, like, hey, I got my boy here, and the president. I'm here. I'm not leaving. Russia and Putin were having these reports of, the Ukrainian president running, scared like a coward. But Ukrainian president is literally in the field in Ukraine right now. He's like, I ain't running. I ain't going nowhere, man. The Ukrainian people, they are a strong group of people. I've seen a lot of videos. I've heard a lot of different things. They say some of the Russian troops are hitting on the Ukrainian women on Tinder. So they got Tinder Ukraine. It's going stupid in Ukraine right now on Tinder, but those women say, I'm not even attracted to Russian men. I could never sleep with the enemy. That's what we need in America. We need some girls who ain't sleeping with the ops. Y'all be sleeping with the ops, man. Shout out to all the Ukrainian women. They ain't sleeping with the ops. I even seen an old lady walk up to a bunch of Russian soldiers, and she told them, put sunflower seeds in your pockets so you can grow Ukrainian trees when we put you in the soil. The Ukrainian folk really gangster. They really don't care, and they really not having that, man. So I'm loving the response from these people. They are standing strong and firm. The Ukrainian president, he's there in the grounds, and I think that's triggered a big response from the people. They have faith. They have confidence. If our leader is willing to be here and expose and risk himself and fight, then we going to sit here and we going to fight. Although they have hundreds of thousands evacuating, it takes about 60 hours just to get across the border to evacuate. So it is a multiple day process to leave, and the streets, the roads to leaving Kyiv, they are expanding. They are astounding. Long roads, what you would expect during an evacuation, but probably 5 million times worse. U.S., again, very allied partner in this war. They told the president, man, we can come scoop. We gonna send a lift. We gonna come scoop. But the Ukrainian president, man, this dude a gangster. He said, I don't need a ride. I need ammunition. That boy said, I don't need a ride. Give me the strap. Bring me the bullets. I'm going to be straight. I'm going to be good here. I'm going to hold it down because I'm in a city. We ain't running. This is my city. I'm going to protect my city. And I really like that about the Ukrainian president. This dude seemed to be one of them ones, man. Since you have all of this happening, of course, they have NATO, which is the National North American Treaty Organization. These are a group of countries and places that have decided to enter into an agreement that if anything happens in a detrimental circumstance, all of the countries involved in this treaty will come to our aid and defense. U.S. is providing as much aid as they can, but as I was saying earlier, Ukraine ain't a part of the game just yet. Ukraine actually was scheduled and have been having a lot of talks with becoming a partner of NATO, but in early 2023, it's 2022, early 2022. And Putin knows this. This was a very strategic move by him to go ahead and attack before NATO could get involved. And I say that because when you are not a NATO country, NATO cannot get involved in your wars. And that's another thing we need to adapt. When it ain't your business, stay out of that business. As you can see, the U.S. and some other neighboring countries are still finding a way to support. The U.S. just sent $350 million to help the defense efforts in Ukraine as support, but I can't get another stimulus check. But they sending 350 to Ukraine, 350 M's, man, we can't get no stimulus check. They're not allowed to actually fight and get on the grounds and fight because Ukraine is not a part of NATO and NATO members cannot help protect non-NATO members via force, like actual military defense and dispersion. So that is the biggest thing with this. We all want to help Ukraine, but nobody can help. It's like seeing your little brother get jumped by a bunch of kids at daycare and you want to help jump and beat up the kids, but you can't because they kids. You can do what you can from a vocal supportive perspective, and the sanctions are another thing. And Ukraine, they've seen these sanctions have some effect as well as the world. 2/3 of their money and banks and all these different transactions, you know, the U.S. cut off ties. It's actually a very crippling structure that the sanctions can provide. But Putin and his advisors, he said, we don't give about no sanctions. He ain't playing. They don't care about no sanctions. They trying to blow something up. They don't care about no sanctions. They want to shoot something and they want control. Putin wants to bring back the Soviet Union. He wants to strengthen European countries and dissolve Western influence. He doesn't like that. Him and his countrymen, very proud people. They want to get rid of this Western influence. Now, the thing that you have to understand is with these sanctions, you know, they're not going to go lightly because, again, as far as war, U.S., some of these other countries can't really get too involved. But if you want to play the sanction game and cripple economies, then we going to play the cripple game. Now, Russia and China, they in cahoots. So you play around with the game. They got the best hackers, the best technology. They could try to send a response by trying to cripple the American economy. So what does that mean? Because these are a lot of different things that could possibly have side effects, economic effects. And some of those economic effects are pinching to be these raising gas prices. Maybe gas will cease to exist here pretty soon. As y'all see, we went through that with the pipeline issue. But that was from these same people that we're going against right now. So you have to understand that they just was playing with the tip right then. Don't make them swallow the whole thing. Don't make them do it, man, because they could try to go for our banks. And you see a lot of the Russian people were going to ATMs trying to get money. So we urge you guys to go get some cash, have some cash handy, because the cashless society, in order to get it, you have to get rid of the cash. So everybody get your cash out the banks, then spend all your cash so that there's no more cash. And now we can go fully digital. But that's a whole nother story. And maybe that won't happen right now. But it is something that you may not be able to use electronic transaction, and companies beware of embezzlement. Everything might have to be cash. So we got to prepare for the economic and the lifestyle impacts of this war, because we will be impacted in multiple ways. And even with all of these different things and retaliation that they can do as far as a web warfare response, economic warfare, digital warfare, we don't really expect for the actual war itself to reach American soil, because a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to blow us up. They're going to blow us up. They're going to blow us up when we in Miami this spring break. But nah, that might not happen. It's highly unlikely. However, anything's possible, but we don't think that they want to attack America, but they might, because I don't think they fear our president, man. We looking weak, so they might try something on us, but I'm telling you, we got some generals in command that they ain't looking weak. They might not fear the president over there, but they fear that American army. I seen this guy, he said, we've seen war and we don't want war, but if we go to war, so help me God, someone else will raise your sons and daughters. And I said, whoa, this guy's intent. This who we need running this army. This who we need running this country. This man said, we don't want war, but if we got to go to war, man, somebody else going to raise your kids. And you can take that how you want it. But I'm telling you right now, so help me God. So we got that energy over here. We got that big energy. You know what I'm talking about? We know that some of these things may not happen, because when you attack America, that is that direct response. That is that direct attack of a NATO member, which will unleash havoc. And I mean, there have been threats. If anybody plays with us, we are going to unleash in a swift and very decisive manner. And that could mean something big. And speaking of big, Russia recently took over this nuclear plant, and nuclear levels have been starting to raise a little bit. They're not quite deadly yet, but they even got some hostages over there. And Putin just put all of his nuclear people on the highest alert, saying that NATO, these threats that they making, all these different countries talking about they about to support, and they finna do this, they finna do that, they getting their armies ready. I ain't playing with y'all. Get the nuclear ready, because we finna hurt some. So y'all be mindful of that, man. This is a very serious thing, a very serious topic. It's a very serious situation that can develop. Nuclear activity already being brought into a picture just with the war only being under a week old. A lot of people feel like that whole nuclear thing, like, hey, bro, you going too far. You ain't have to do that. That's not even, that ain't a good response. You being very excessive right now with all the nuclear talk. So, yeah, man, I feel sorry for the people who are in the middle of this, on the front lines, especially the innocent bystanders. There have been a lot of different videos of different things happening with kids being around, seeing jets fly over their homes, shooting missiles. This is very traumatizing, and I'm sorry that they have to go through that. So our prayers are with the people who have to fight this war. Some things have to happen in life. Conflicts like this happen in life, and this is a part of life. It had always been a part of our life. It has always been a part of civilization. Those who want what they cannot have, sometimes they decide to take. It's your boy 336 with another episode of the 336 podcast. Remember, we air on Sundays and Wednesdays. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe so you do not miss any of our other episodes. And also go check out some of the episodes we've already dropped. And one more thing, don't forget, stay sucker free. Zip.